And I'd say, guys, I'm trying to set up the camera currently because I figure I'm on my first ever business trip. So I think it'd be cool. I got these lavalier mics. Hopefully they work right now. And yeah, so I thought I'm not really doing much and I got all the work done. I'm just in my hotel room all alone. So I was like, might as well, went to the store, got some drinks, so that's dope. Don't mind the mess. I'm cleaning up, so that's what I'm gonna do. Got a sweater at Target, bro. Bro, this was $13. It was on clearance. I don't know why. And so, if you guys don't know, I'm in Sierra Vista, Arizona. It's the cooler part of Arizona. Apparently, it snows here. Earlier, we had like crazy rainstorm for like a good 30, 40 minutes. It looks pretty crazy right now outside. I wish I could show you guys. I wish there was a way I could turn the camera around and show you, but I don't want to. But actually, now I'm thinking about it. Let me see. Let me make sure this is working right, how I want it to. All right, we're back. I got a new angle, so hopefully this is better. But yeah, guys, so I have music playing, so hopefully you don't hear it. But so I'm on my first business trip, like I was saying, Sierra Vista, beautiful weather, beautiful. But yeah, I was saying, $13, Target. Watch me put it on and I find out it's like really itchy or something. But so I figured, like I said, guys, I'm here on a business trip. This is my first ever business trip, by the way, so I'm pretty psyched about that. I actually got invited out to one. Perks of being an office girly. Feel me? So don't mind the mess. I'm gonna clean up. I hope it's not too messy for you guys. I hope it doesn't. Like I know there's people that they can't watch certain like YouTube videos or movies or something because it's such a mess in the house or wherever that they're like, I can't get comfortable. I know people like that, so I don't know if everyone's like that, but yeah. So I figure make some content. Maybe trying to say I'm gonna say I'll do this into a podcast. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll add this to the podcast. To the podcast page. So this will be just episode 175, I believe. That's right, 175. 175? 175. So that means we're like 25 episodes away from 200 episodes? Bruh. That's crazy. But yeah, so I figured I'd turn this into another episode. I told you guys, I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but I did put up there, I put a poll. And first off, I want to say I put up a poll. Secondly, hold on. Secondly, a lot of you guys really helped me out and responded, so I really, truly appreciate that. And I mean way more than like just answered. A lot of you guys actually responded. So my bad. I guess I should preface this. So reverse. So what happened was, I've always, obviously, as we all know, last year, my goal for the podcast was to post an episode once a week, from January of 2024 to December of 2024. And I accomplished that goal. I put out an episode every week. But there were times where, we got busy, so we couldn't record at certain times. So then, and sometimes I got busy and I couldn't edit. I also made this around the time when I was raising a 1-year-old, the most pivotal point of his life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, at least one of them. I think this is right when he starts learning who he is, and it's me, showing him who I am. So he's like, oh, I like how he is, so I think I'm gonna try to be like him. So it was very tough. It was me pretty much trying to find time, because I don't know, I had this thing where I was I kind of felt guilty, I would work all day, get off work, come home, and I just wanted to be with Oliver. I just wanted to play with my kid and hang out. And but at the same time, I was I have a goal for the podcast, so I can't, let that go. But at the same time, I want to hang out with my kids. So it was very tough. So I was there was a lot of times where I had to, how can I put it? So I had to just plan it to where it was I either had to do it, I had to wake up super early in the morning to edit, because obviously he'd still be asleep, or I would have to stay up late, or at least later than him, So that way when he'd go to sleep, then I could get alone time. And it was also around this, it was 1, so it was around the time where he's starting to walk and crawl. So it started getting to a point where he was like reaching for things and everything. So, me trying to edit at home while he's awake, he'd see just the laptop up there. It's just like a big iPad to him. So he just wants to touch it and stuff. And so it was tough. So that was the goal for that year. It was pretty much, operation consistency, right? So as we all know, consistency can be many things. Yes, I did consistently put 1 episode out every week, like I said I would. But like I said, it wasn't on a specific day. So this year, and I already kind of fucked up because like my goal should have been, okay, you did last year, post every week. I fucked up this year a few times and I apologize. But life happens and it is what it is. So I was like, okay, let me work on this now towards the end of the year. Next year's goal will be from September into the new year. This goal will start now, I guess. So September, maybe we do that. Fuck the full year, because you don't really have to do that. How they say like when you work out, people are always like, oh, it's fucking Thursday, or I'll wait till Monday to get like fresh. You don't have to do that. If you want to work out and you want to start somewhere, and you're like Thursday, you're like, damn, I want to work out today, but like, what am I gonna do? Work out Thursday and then maybe Friday and then not Saturday. So it's like, fuck it, dude, get in there. So start now. So I'm starting now. Like I was saying, so I put up a poll where I was like, I want to be consistent. I want to be very consistent. I want you guys to be able to expect every week, every Thursday, there's going to be a new episode out. Time-wise, might be the 2027's goal. Because, I like this last week's, I released on Thursday, but it was like not till like 12 or 1. So this one will probably be, working into that, the goal would be for me to post it every week on Thursday, like 7 a.m. when you guys are waking up, getting ready for work or whatever, or going on a run, or, whatever you guys do at that time. You'll see a new episode of the Slobs in the Pod out. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I think the best thing to do is, I have these resources. I recently bought, if you guys don't know, I bought these, they're so sick, dude. It's not a sponsor, obviously. I like how people that don't have a big following will say that, like, oh, I'm not sponsored by them, but like, I really like this. It's like, yeah, no shit. We know you're not sponsored by them. There's no fucking way that, H&M is sponsoring you for showing off their clothes. Stupid. But, so I got these. These are Rode mics. They're lavalier Rode mics. That's what these are. So if you open them, 2 mics. If you can see, they have 2 mics and then they have a receiver which goes into the iPhone. This one specifically is for the iPhone 15, so it's USB-C. But so I paid a pretty penny. At least for myself, they were $150, I believe, which I believe is kind of expensive for these mics, because if you guys all know, on TikTok Shop they have mics like this. And hold on real quick, let me just double check that it's still recording, because I would hate to get all this good stuff and then it's not recording. Yeah, it looks like it's recording. I really hope the angle's good. We'll see. At some point I'll take a break and we'll check it. So yeah, on TikTok Shop they have like lavalier mics. You see them all the time. People are always promoting them for like $7, $14, $30, whatever. So I wanted to take this seriously. Reason I got these mainly was because, obviously, as you guys all know, I always bring it up and I apologize, but I'm a fucking runner, dude. What am I supposed to talk about other than running? I do it all the time, so what am I supposed to talk about? But my idea was I wanted to make, I just want to make everything for the podcast. I don't think a podcast has to specifically be in a studio with mics and all this stuff. Yes, it is. I'd say like majority of our episodes are that, but I think I'm gonna start switching it up, man. There shouldn't be reasons why we're missing weeks, or honestly, it's getting to a point where I'm like, I think next year's goal could be 2 a week. You know what I'm saying? Like me and Emil, and then obviously, with the distance me and Emil live, I can't, it's really tough to, scheduling and his family and everything and finding a guest. So if I have these, I could just set up my phone and just record and just make a podcast episode out of this. And these are, obviously you guys can tell, I already listened to the audio. These are top notch, bro. Like on the TikTok Shop, I know a lot of them, they were pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I did have a pair of ones that I ended up breaking on accident. The receiver that plugs into the bottom of the phone had fallen one day when I was like practicing with it, and it just cracked it. Those didn't work. But I had made a video. If you guys go back on our Instagram, I did that one where I did like a little behind the scenes where as we're setting up to record a podcast, I hooked me and Emil up. But you could tell they weren't the best audio, but they were pretty good for the price they were or whatever. Actually, shout out my boy Timmy Lee. He gave them to me. I went over to his house to hang out with him, and then he was like, bro, like I bought these the other day like on, I think Temu or some shit. He's one of those guys that's like buying, loves to buy that cheap stuff. But it's not cheap stuff. He actually said there's times you can get like, yeah, you might only pay $15 and it may be really good product for $15. Or you pay $15 and you get a $15 product. So yeah, he hooked us up with those because he wasn't really gonna use them. So after I got those, I was like, these are cool. They broke and I was like, I'm getting a new pair. Obviously, like I said, I wanted to go on runs and I was like, I think it'd be cool to do like a podcast, like run. And the idea was I was gonna set up the camera, put on mics, do like a little mini talk, like 5 to 15 minutes. No, like 15 to 20 minutes, get there early, stretch, set up the phone and record, talk some topics. Go into the run, maybe do some talking during the run. Maybe as I'm passing people, try to get some input on stuff like that. Maybe not a big deal, but I'll definitely get like B-roll footage to cut in between like my stretching and then running, finishing up. And then maybe at the end, obviously if you guys been to the Yuma Canal Run Club, shout out Canal Run Club. It's a huge turnout, so there's always like a ton of people that go there. So I'm like, it's a great opportunity for me to just interview people or put them on the podcast, ask stupid, silly questions or whatever. I'm not gonna lie though, on paper that sounds dope and it sounds great and you see people do it all the time. As much as I'm like a extrovert and as much as I love the light, I like to be the center of attention, like to be the funniest one in the room. I try to be. It's very hard. I haven't done it yet. It's still hard for me to get used to the idea of putting these on me while everyone else sees, recording while I'm trying to run, because clearly there's people behind me, people in front of me. As you guys know, that's like, it's a huge show out of so many people. I should probably still keep cleaning while I do this. But yeah, so then I was gonna, like I said, I was overthinking all this stuff and I was like, man, like it's embarrassing. People are probably, who the fuck is this guy? Like, who's he think he is, making these videos, recording us, all this stuff. So I haven't done it yet, but I did buy these mics for that reason. And I'll say this, Garmin, I don't know if you want to hook your boy up, but I could have gotten a Garmin watch. All my friends, all my runners were like, you should get a Garmin watch. It would really help. But for the price of a Garmin was very similar, like at least a cheap one was a very similar price to these Rode mics. And honestly, Garmin's dope, running's cool, but like I've always said, running is a cheap, fun hobby / sport, whatever you want to call it. You don't have to make it expensive. You start making it expensive when you buy, the $200-$300 shoes, the $150 to $500, $600, $800 Garmin watch, to the $200 Oakley sunglasses. And I'm not calling anyone out. When I think about spending my money on these things, I just don't see where I'm gonna get anything out of those for myself. Like, I don't see it as an investment, not so much money, but just like investment in general. This is my thing. And this is, once again, no pedo. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out my boy Caesar, shout out my boy Brian, all those guys, they look fly as hell when they run. They got money like that. They don't, and they can afford to buy those things like $200 sunglasses. But to me, I'm like, I probably could too, but like, what's the difference between a $200 pair of sunglasses opposed to these $25, $20 Circle K gas station glasses? Like, these are dope, dude. These were like, and they don't hurt my face. They fit perfect. They look dope. So I'm fine with those. Yes, I did splurge a little on the shoes. These were like $99 or whatever. But when it came down to it, I was like, I could either buy these mics that I can use as an investment as far as like creating content with them that will obviously promote the podcast and we can make more videos, more stuff like that. Or I could just get a Garmin watch and just be another guy who has a Garmin watch that for some reason he needs to track his runs on his Garmin watch as well as his phone. Because I do track my runs, just not with a watch. I just put my phone in my pocket. And honestly, the only reason I'd want to get a Garmin watch is if I could run without my phone. Like if I could, and see, that's the thing. They have watches where, they're Bluetooth, so they can, you can download like an episode or like a playlist to them. So you could literally leave your phone, everything. You could have nothing on you except your headphones and, track your run because you have the watch, and you could play music and go straight to your headphones. That would be lovely. But, I just suck it up. I run with it in my pocket. I've ran so much with my phone in my pocket. I've even ran I ran my first 10K with my phone in my pocket and my keys in my other. It was miserable, but I got it done. And I'm like, if I could do that, I'm totally fine. So I do that, and it's not a big deal. So I was like, I don't really need the watch. If I'm being truthfully honest, if I'm gonna spend that money, let's go all out. Plus, I love my podcast. I love podcasting. I love doing this. If there's any way I could get more out of it, then why not? So spent the money, got the mics, dope mics, love them. This is my first time technically using them for like content that I'm gonna possibly post once I edit, depending how it looks. But yeah, so I love them. They're very, they're great mics. They're tiny. They have the little, poof ball, so you don't get it's the wind blocker little thing. And they're very simple. You literally just put the receiver into the phone, clip it on. The minute you take them out, they power on. And you just press record on your phone, and it's that easy. So yeah. So what was I getting at with that? I don't remember. Anyways, but yeah. So I got these mics. I don't even know how I got there. I went on that huge rant about running and stuff. But yeah, guys. So. Or maybe this could be like a vlog. I don't really like the idea of a vlog, because once again, that pertains to me being out in public where I just hold my phone, and there's really no non-awkward way to record yourself unless you have the money to like hire someone to walk with you and record you, like a cameraman. That's insane. But where I'm at right now, I don't have that luxury, so it would just be a lot of me doing vlogs with me holding my phone like this, or even if I have like a selfie stick. It's just too much, and especially in public. I'm not gonna lie. And maybe it's only because I, one, care what people think about me, and two, I'm constantly like caring what people think about me. But then three, I care what people think about me. So if I'm out in public and people see me, they're probably like, once again, who the fuck does this guy think he is? What are you, a fucking vlogger? What are you, a YouTuber? Like shit like that. Everyone says that, we see it all the time. People just love to, it's not so much hate. It's just, I get it. Like, cause I felt that way for a while when I would see like not a nobody, but like just someone that I don't know in the streets recording themselves like in Target and shit. I'm like, who the fuck does this guy think he is? Get the fuck out of here with that shit. But bro, they're just doing a hustle. For all I know, that guy's probably been posting videos and now he's blown up probably. I don't know. But so yeah, I don't know if I want to do the vlog thing. Definitely want to just gonna turn it into a podcast. It's great audio, like I said, great footage, great video, hopefully. Still haven't taken a break to check it, so it could be shitty. So if it's shitty, I apologize. I know it's not shitty, it's clear, but I'm saying like as far as like, I think it's crooked maybe, I don't know. But, so yeah, I was like, I could just make like some more podcasts and stuff. And then like I said, it just worked out that this was around the time that I had to come to this trip, my first business trip. And they gave me my own room, obviously. I be getting hooked up out here, bro. Like, my job's dope, but it's even, now is my first time as doing a business trip. Bro, they give us they feed us lunch. They'll pay for some dinner sometimes. Whenever we go do our training, they have like snacks galore. They have energy drinks, sodas, waters, juice, chips, pretzels, gummy bears, chocolate, like candy bars. They just like have a whole bunch of shit because we're in there, bro. Oh man, that's the crazy thing too, is technically like I'm an hourly worker, but because I'm here and because we just don't really, I mean, we have a schedule, but like so for instance, like we drove in Monday because it's from Yuma to Sierra Vista. It's about a 4.5, 5 hour drive. So we drove in Monday, got here about 5:36, didn't do anything. We just came straight to our rooms. And I say we because it was me and my boss. We drove over here and in one car. So we got to our rooms, whatever. Tuesday was the first day of training, and it was the craziest day because one, it was my first time doing training with, and these are like trainers, like the trainers and like other people that we were with were like higher up people, like our boss, the CFO or something, or CCO. I can't remember. Not CEO. It's something else other than CEO. I know you guys are probably like, CEO, you fucking idiot. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's not CEO, all right? It's like CFO or COO. I don't fucking know. But, so yeah, so Tuesday was insane, bro. Like, we pretty much started at 7:30 and we did not get done with training till like 5:36. And training, as far as like, it was more just mentally exhausted because we were just in a conference room with about like 10 of us, just going over some new software programs that we're going to be using at work. So it was a perfect time that I come in to learn all this stuff. But it was exhausting, bro. It was just so much information getting thrown at us. I was the only like brand new, like everyone else had been here for years. So I was the only one that like, I had no idea what this was. A lot of them, they kind of worked with some of this stuff that we're working with, but now they've seen it in person, so they're like, oh, I kind of feel a little bit more comfortable with it. For me, this was like if I just like was like 1 minute I'm talking English and the next I'm in a class where they're just like, we're only gonna speak Spanish and you're gonna have to figure out how to learn it. Like, it kind of felt like that. That was just the first day though. Got home, got home. This is home. I'm here for a week, so it feels like home. Got back to the room, was exhausted. Made myself a drink and just literally got into bed and put Sopranos on. I haven't even turned this TV. I mean, I did turn it on when I first got here, but the TV kind of sucks. I mean, it works. Let me make sure you guys can actually see the TV before I start looking stupid. Yeah, okay, you can see the TV, cool. All right, so, oh wait, is it still recording? All right, cool, it's still recording. So, I mean, next time, maybe tomorrow, I'll record another episode if I don't like this one, or maybe I'll just keep making episodes while I'm here. I have nothing else to do. I'm gonna do some editing too, so while I'm editing one episode, I'm recording another. Your boy's fucking spot on, bro. Your boy is locked in. He's, how they say made brick by brick? I'm laying a good foundation right now. I'm about to start stacking the bricks because I'm locking in, baby. I'm editing episodes, I'm making episodes. I'm writing notes for the next episode, bro. I'm locked in, bro. I'll shout out to these mics too, because if it wasn't for these mics, it'd be so tough. I'd have to bring, the actual mics with the cords and the recorder and all this stuff. What I was getting at though is I should have brought my tripod, but I could just buy one tomorrow and then set it up properly. Right now, you guys are just sitting on a ironing board, leaning up against a cup. So this is the best gonna do. Anyways, going back to the TV. So the TV is cool, but like, I don't know if someone smashed it or if it broke or what happened, but like, whenever you watch TV, like right now, because it's not that lit up in here, it's pretty lit up. It's pretty lit in here. But to the TV, I guess it doesn't. So like, it kind of lowers the TV lighting. And when I go to settings, there's no setting to like brighten the TV. And when it darkens itself, you can see like 3 lights behind the TV. Pretty much like the whatever TVs are made out of, the lighting inside of, you know what I'm talking about. You could see lights, you could see spots on the TV. So I was like, fuck the TV. And then I was mad because, so my thing is, let's get into hotels, all right? Love hotels. I love staying in hotels. I just love hotels. Mainly, and I'll say this, I thought about this the other day. Give me a sec. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I'm gonna go take a piss and still talk. So what I was saying was, if I sound out of breath, it's not because I'm getting fat. Apparently, we're in a high elevation, not crazy high like Colorado elevation, but we're in enough elevation to where it affects your breathing if you're not used to it. I'm not gonna lie, yesterday, all during training, I don't know if it's because I was stressed out, not knowing what I was doing, but I just felt real, what's the word when like your stomach, nauseous. I felt nauseous all day. And then today I brought it up to the people that we were doing the class with, and they were like, oh, you're probably getting like a little hint of like altitude sickness. I gotta flush the toilet, hold on. They're like, maybe you're getting a little bit of hint of altitude sickness. And I was like, wait, you guys have that here? And they're like, yeah. They're like, we're pretty high up, like it'll affect you. And no lie, so today this morning, it was beautiful. Today was a great day. Yesterday was crazy because it was just the first day and all the training and everything getting thrown at me. And it was all brand new stuff. Today, we went over stuff that I've worked with, but it's a newer system, so I kind of knew where we were going and I learned a lot of stuff. But this morning, woke up, we didn't have to be in the conference room until like 8:45 today, which was nice. So I woke up like around 5:30, didn't plan it, but I woke up at 5:30 because I set my alarm for 5:30 and 6. And woke up at 5:30. I'm in bed just on my phone for like 30 minutes. And then I'm like, I should go for a run. It's like 6. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't have to be at the conference room until 8:45, which is like a 5-minute walk down the road outside the hotel. And I have so much time. Like, what am I gonna? And like, I should like I wanted to kind of just go back to sleep for a little bit, but with my luck, why didn't you guys tell me my fucking zippers down? With my luck, I probably would have slept in and been fucking late and gotten in big trouble with the CFO or COO or CAO or COO. But so I was like, I need to be productive. I need to be better myself. I packed my running shoes. I mainly packed running stuff and workout gear because that's what I was gonna do. Because I knew we were just gonna be doing training, getting off kind of late. So I wasn't gonna be able to go around and explore this city. So I was like, I'll at least do some runs because I'm a runner. I don't know if I told you guys that yet, but I run. So I was like, I gotta get my miles in. And it'd be nice, it'd be cool to add to the Strava. Shout out Strava, follow me on Strava, send me my kudos. I need my fucking kudos, bro. Fuck Instagram, fuck Facebook, fuck Snapchat, fuck Grindr. It's all about Strava. Technically, Strava, and this is the thing too, Strava is social media for athletic runners and walkers. You can do running, walking, you can track your exercise, all that bullshit. I just use it for running because I'm a runner. I don't know if I told you guys that, but I'm a runner. So what was I getting at? So I was like, yeah, it'd be cool, to mainly my runs have been in like Yuma. That's pretty much it, I think. I mean, I've ran other places, but I mean, as far as like from the time I had my Strava account for like a year now, it's mainly all my runs that are in there are from Yuma. So I was like, it'd be cool to get some runs in a new area, unlock some new maps, So I did bring stuff like I was planning to, but like I said, I was so exhausted from Tuesday's training that I was like, damn, if it's gonna be like this like every day we're here, then I don't think I'm gonna have the motivation, I don't think I'm gonna have the want to even go out and do anything. And honestly, Tuesday I didn't. After, like I said, I got back to the hotel around like 6:30, and I was like, fuck that, dude. I'm not going on a run. Plus where I'm at here in Sierra Vista, Arizona, they say they're like, they have javelinas, I think they're called. Javelinas, yeah, they're pretty much wild pigs, but some of them have like the little tusks and stuff, so they're pretty dangerous apparently, and they're out here. And I was just, I was also scared. It was like getting kind of dark. It gets pretty dark. It gets dark pretty fast out here. Like around 6:30, it was almost getting dark. I was like, bro, if I go on a run, like what if I get attacked by one? Because it wasn't like they were like, oh, you might see one. They were like, no, like they're out here. Like how you go to Mexico and you see like just, like stray kids walking around in the streets. It's just like that, but like with the wild pigs. And so I was like, yeah, I'm tired. I really don't want to. I didn't even have the energy to turn on my laptop because I was stuck in front of a laptop and like training with it all day. Then when I got home to do, I keep saying home. It's home. Fuck it. I'm just gonna say home. If I say home, fuck you. All right. Hotel is home. Home is hotel. Hometel. That's the name of this episode. Hometel. Hometel business trip? No, business trip. I don't know. I'll think of, honestly, I always say this. This is the title. Because I say something funny or Emil says a cool thing and I'm like, that's the title. And then I forget and then I end up making my own that ends up being stupid. And then I go back later when I actually listen to that episode and I'm like, oh, that was the title I wanted to give it. So I don't know. I'm probably going to change it. But, so yes, like I said, I got back and I was just like not feeling it. I didn't even want to edit. I guess I lied. I guess I could have edited. But it was more of like finding clips and using my brain. I just wanted to lay in bed and play Sopranos and have a drink. So that's what I did. So I was like, fuck. So like I said, going back this morning, woke up at like 5:30, was like, fuck it. I need to be proactive. I need to better myself. I need to get my runs in. I know Caesar, I don't really post, if you guys don't know, I don't really post my runs on social media like Instagram and stuff because I don't know. I hope you guys don't take it wrong. I'm not talking shit about people that do. Like Caesar, Brian, Colby, like they're my boys and they post their shit all the time and it's not a big deal. Like that's what they do. I just, for myself, I'm like, yeah, but we have Strava. So like, I'll just post my runs on there. If you a real homie, if you a real one and you're like one of my like, you want to better yourself type friends, you have me on there. Most of you guys do that I'm cool with that are, dope like that. So that's where you'll see my runs. So on Instagram, I posted today that I was running, but just because the fucking view is so beautiful out here, I'll put a picture if you guys can, or if I can. Jordan, if you remember editing, put a picture of the run or the video. So went on a nice little run. I was like, I'm gonna knock out fucking, because I had like 40 minutes. So I'm like, fuck it. I don't know how many miles I'll get in. I don't know how fast I can go, but I'll just run for 40 minutes. Come back in time so I can shower and head over there. Started running, probably half of my first mile in, I was like sucking for air. Like I was breathing hard, my stomach was hurting. I was like, I couldn't catch my breath. It was bad. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I mean, I haven't ran, like this morning was my first run since Saturday with the shout out Canal Run Club. Saturday I ran and I did 6 miles on Saturday. Sunday I didn't run. Monday I was traveling over here. So I was like, fuck it. So yeah, I was like, dude, like, is there something wrong with me? Like normally, and I'm not like, oh, I could easily do a mile without breathing hard. No, usually the first mile is hard, but this one, and normally I just push through it. But this mile, I was like, bro, I gotta stop. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. I was like sucking in so much air and I was like, like I just couldn't, it was crazy. And so, and then it dawned on me, I was like, well, there are mountains around here. We are pretty high up. Like there's areas of where we're at where I can tell like we're above everything else. Obviously, when you're driving around, you don't really feel it, but when you're up here, you do. So I was like, damn, maybe. And sure enough, when I went to go do training, I was like, hey, are we like high elevation? They were like, yeah. And I was like, oh, that makes sense why I was dying. And I was like, legit, I was like, what the fuck's wrong with me? So did that, got back, and honestly, I only did like 2 miles. That's all I could do. And I was like, fuck it. At least, I didn't even plan on running. Here I am running. That's something I'm gonna tell you guys, all right? A lot of you guys people, let me take I need to take a drink for that. Have a shot of me. Once again, just checking the camera. I should probably sit down while I'm over here walking around. What was I gonna say? Oh, so for like with the whole running thing, it's for myself. I don't know about everyone else. I know, like, once again, shout out my boy Caesar and like Colby and Brian. They're hardcore, you know what I'm saying? Like when they get into something, they go pretty full blown and they're all about being better each run. They're very, competitive like that. I usually am too, but like with the sport where I'm actually playing against someone or something, or a video game, something, but like when it comes to running, I like running because I fucking hate, I like running because I hate it. But what I'm getting at is like, I like running because I hate it so much and it's something that I know is good for me. And after I'm done, it makes me feel good. But when I'm doing it at the time, I fucking hate it. And there's times when I'm running and I don't want to do it. I want to walk and I end up finishing the run and I end up running, 3 miles straight or 6 miles without stopping. And I feel amazing because I'm like, I fucking hated that, but I still did it. So I'm saying this, like for me with running, it don't matter if you, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not like, it's a waste of time for me to go out and just run like half of a mile. Like I'm at least gonna do a mile. So for me today, I was like, like I didn't plan on doing this. Even if and honestly, after a mile, I was like, I think I'm done. But I ran far enough, and I kind of do this on purpose, to where I run far enough so I run and I just do a mile. So then I still have to run back, so I'm gonna get another mile in for sure, because I went so far that I have to go back that same way. And I did a lot of walking. I mean, not a lot, but like I would stop a lot to catch my breath, and then maybe another couple yards I'd pick it back up and I'd go again. But it was like off and on. Obviously I didn't get the best time. I think I did like 2 miles in like 18 minutes, which is for myself was like pretty shitty. So like I said, this morning wasn't planned at all. So the fact that I even did I mainly ran, but I did walk a lot, which is not normal. So I was like proud of myself and it made me feel good. So then I got back, I only did 2 miles, got back. It was only like, I didn't run that long. So it was only, like I said, 18 minutes. I only ran for like, till like 7:20. I was like, I still got time. I don't have to be there at 8:45. There's a gym downstairs and I could talk about this. So I'm at the point in my life where, okay, reverse. When I was younger and I first started getting into the gym, I had this thing where I was like, you gotta lift heavy, you gotta go every day, and you gotta work out every muscle group, and you gotta eat this, and you gotta drink this, and you gotta take this, and you gotta you can take a shot in the butt. Like all this crazy stuff, I was like, you have to do. Just so I could look good and then feel good about myself in the gym. Now I'm at the point where, how can I put it? I can go into the gym and do like 30 minutes of like some chest, maybe some triceps, and I'm good. The fact that I went in there and did those things makes me feel good. And 2, I'm not bragging, but I have this type of body where like, if I just start working out, you'll start to notice right away. I was blessed with it. Maybe shout out my mom. But yeah, so lately my issue, and I mainly got into running because I wanted to lose weight, but I didn't want to go to the gym. And truth be told, I got into running because I got into an argument with someone at the time, and I was like, I gotta leave. I gotta get out of here before I do something or say something I'm gonna regret later. And so I went on a run. I ran for like a long time, and I was like, this feels good. So it kind of got to the point where anytime I felt stressed or aggravated or mad, I wouldn't work out. I didn't want to like lift weights. I just wanted to just run. And I did that for so long that I got to a point where I would run, come back to my house. At the time we had what's it called, garage. So it was like midsummer, so I would crack the garage a little, and I'd go into the garage after a good run and do sit-ups and do some jump rope, and I got pretty fucking shredded. And that worked at the time. That was probably back in 2022? No, 2020. 2019, 2020. And so I was like, okay, cool. So then recently, I just got back into running in what? April, May. Shout out my boy Kobe. Kobe got me back into running because he pretty much called me a pussy if I didn't run a 10K with him, which before that, I was only barely running a mile, maybe two, and I was walking. I could finish a mile without walking, but I'd get to the 2 and I'd have to take a couple breaks. So I'm telling you, when I first started running this year back in like April, May, whenever I say I did, if you told me that in this same year, couple months from now, you're gonna be running 6 miles, maybe 8 sometimes, and feeling pretty good about yourself, I wouldn't believe myself, because at the time I couldn't even run a mile. I could run a mile, could barely get through without walking. I'd slow down big time. I'd get a shitty like 9-10 minute mile, but like a jog pretty much. And then the second mile I would just walk. And so yeah, what was I getting at? What was I getting at? Fuck. The running and I don't remember. It'll come to me right now. Hold on, give me a break. I've just been sitting here. Plus I'm getting kind of hot. It's kind of cold when the AC kicks on. Kicks on pretty cold. It's set at 69. Of course, obviously. Not because I'm a pervert, but because 69, I truly believe, is the perfect temperature as far as like AC wise. I think, I mean, obviously depending time of the year, but for myself, I think 69 is perfect. I want to say, and honestly, anything, I'll say between 69 and like 74. 75 is pushing it. 74 though. Anything above that, especially during the summertime, you're fucking crazy, and I will never invite me to your house. And I'd be so pissed if I go to your house and I fucking walk in and it's 75 in your house and I'm sweating, or I'm like, it's humid in here, I'm out. I'm not gonna, maybe I won't even tell you. I'll stay, I'll be miserable. Maybe I'll try to drink or smoke something so I can get past this miserableness, but I'll never ever come back to your house ever again. So, and you know what? I don't know, maybe people do that on purpose because they're like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, you fucking idiot. Yeah, I'll invite you to my house one time, a good group of you, then you guys are all gonna be like, fuck that guy, his house sucks, it's hot. It's like a fucking sauna every time we go to Frank's house, but we're never going back there again. So he's like, hell yeah. I threw a party, everyone thinks I'm cool. They hate me probably because my AC is not the greatest, or I put it too high. But I never have to do that shit again, so kudos to you. What was I saying? What was I getting to with the running? Watch, later I'm going to be editing and be like, fuck, that's what I was trying to say. Something about running. I don't know. But anyways, mainly going back to it though. Yeah, so went on a run, came back, went down, worked out at the little gym down here. Oh, that's what I was getting at. So like I said, it doesn't really take much for me. And as I started running, I started losing weight. That's another thing, obviously, that's what I was going. That's what I was getting at. So I started running to lose weight, and then I started kind of building off that. Now I'm back at that where I'm losing weight, but like I'm getting, not tits, but like, my chest is not as defined as it used to be. My shoulders aren't, my traps are gone, which really bugs me because I think, I wasn't like fucking buff and shit, I wasn't The Rock, but I was at least, what's the word? I had like I My brain is telling me defamation, but it's not defamation. Definition. I didn't have that. I had good definition. And I feel like when you have like a good set of traps and like nice rounded shoulders, mainly a lot of shirts that I wanted to wear at the time would only look good like that. So I noticed, like my traps were lowering and like it just looked bad. So I was like, okay, I'm running, I'm losing weight. I really am. I think when I first started running, I'm not lying, I was probably like 210, 215. I think I'm about like 193 now. I could be 195 because I've kind of been, normally I don't really, I guess I do. I fast, I don't really eat breakfast, don't really eat lunch. My first meal and my first like calorie is like at like 6, 7 p.m. And I just do that for a while. So I was losing weight, but then like, like I said, like my chest didn't look defined. I had no traps. My, biceps, triceps, everything was kind of going away. So I was like, okay, I do need to go and lift some weights. So I had been going to the gym, but what I've been doing was just kind of working on the areas where I'm like, I just want those areas to get a little defined. And mainly it was like my chest, my traps, my shoulders, my biceps and stuff. But I don't want to get big. I just want to get kind of shredded. I'm at that nice, perfect weight that I like, my kind of goal weight pretty much. I wouldn't mind being like 185 kind of shredded, a little big, but like 185. No, because I'm 193. Maybe like 187 to like 190. 190 would be cool. So I was like, all right, cool. Like I'm running, my legs are defined. I think I have nice legs. I've always, I'm blessed. My family, we're all blessed. We all just, without even really have to work at it, we just have nice thunder thighs. And not fat thighs, but like nice solid fucking tree trunks. Nice calves, good definition on the leg area. And then I've been running, so they're fucking, bro, my legs are sexy. So I was like, okay, that's good down there. I don't really care to do squats. I know people, like Kobe was telling me that if you do squats, it'll help with your run. Once again, I'm not really, yes, I do run, but I'm not like I'm not gonna do leg workouts to better my runs. Like I'll just keep running more and they'll build themselves. So okay, I don't need to work on that, but I do want to work on my upper body. I started getting rid of I don't know what they call it, but like the tire around the waist, because I had like the fat, like the lumps right here. I had like the back fat kind of right here. So I slowly was getting rid of that. And then now I just need to work on my chest and stuff. So I hit the gym this morning, little hotel gym, but it was exactly what I needed as a 32-year-old adult now, understanding my body and like trial and error with the gym and working out and stuff and gaining weight and losing weight, all this stuff. I'm at the point where I know my body. I know I can just go in there for like a good 30 minutes, do some, I just did some dumbbell bench, a couple sets of those, some flies. They had a cool cable machine. So I did some of the forward ones to work on these. I did some of the dumbbell, like over the head ones, like where you lay down and, hold it and kind of, it works like your upper, like chest. And then also it works on if the further back you go, it also kind of flexes up the trap area. And so I did some of those. And then just to finish it off, I did some cable pulls for the triceps, triceps with the guys, bis for the guys as well. And so, and I was good. I got a nice little pump, and I know that in 4 or 5 days, that definition is going to build up. And in 4 or 5 days, if I keep going to the gym from today, that workout is going to show in a couple of days. Trust me, I know my body. I know this. Call me crazy. I know it's going to happen. So I felt great this morning. Got a run in, got a good little workout in, got a nice little pump, came back, fucking played some music, showered, and I wasn't even close to being late. I got there like at 8:36 or something. Didn't have to be there till 8:45. Your boy's early. Your boy's on time. If you're on time, you're late. If you're early, you're on time. Just saying. Shout out Drumline. But yeah, so yeah, I had a great morning, and it went off and got off at a decent time today. I was good. My run. I did my run this morning. Plus, it rained today too, so it was kind of crazy out there. So I was like, fuck it, I got my workout done already. I can actually go home and not feel guilty. I can go hometel, and I can just, do what I want to do. So I was like, fuck it, dude, I got this energy, got a few brews to relax. Gonna do some editing. I was like, I'll make a fucking podcast. I got the mics, test these bad boys out, make some content, make some good content, some talkative content. I've been talking a lot too. You guys know, as you would assume, it is very tough to do a podcast by yourself because you're just constantly talking to yourself. You can ask questions, but you just have to answer your own questions. You don't really get response back from anyone. You don't get no feedback, no rebuttal towards any of my shit. For all I know, I could be wrong about this stuff, and people could be like, you're fucking stupid, that's wrong. But to me, this is what I'm saying, and I'm the only one here. So, fuck you. Shut the fuck up. I'll bleep that out. It's a lot of cursing. As I'm getting older too, I'm like, come on, dude. When you just say like fuck for everything, like, bro, this fucking chair is in the fucking way of this fucking day. I'm fucking done, dude. Stupid fuck. Like, bro, you're better than that. All right? Don't have to curse so much. You can say bad words, just not like all crazy, you know? You're lazy. Curse words are filler words. They're just as bad as if you were walking around saying or like it's the same thing, but it's even worse because it sounds so much sharper when you say them over and over again. Like, you ever hear someone, you know, they curse in their normal, you know, when they speak to you, it's like a fuck or a bitch or a shit, but every now and then. But you ever talked to someone or like seen someone where they're just like, yeah, dude, the fucking thing and that dumb bitch, and like, it's just like, bro, like, sheesh, like, yo, like, it's like, I don't know, it just sounds really bad. It's just like, bro, you're not embarrassed by this, like, chill out. So yeah, what was I getting at with that? I don't know, but I'm gonna take a break, I think. I should probably change and put something comfortable on, wash my face. I'm gonna take my contacts out, probably put my glasses on. I'm really embarrassed, and we'll talk about it, I guess, when I come back. But we're gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna check the camera. Hopefully this is good, and hopefully it motivates me to keep going as far as like continue the second part. And because there's times I've recorded and I look back and I'm like, that was so shit. The conversation was shit, trash it, and never. I'll do it another time. So I'm gonna take a quick break. We'll look at my notes. I did write some notes today when we had lunch. Oh, by the way, they catered Chipotle today, bro. They catered. Hey, Jordan, if you're editing, put up a video or the picture right here of all the food. It was a fucking spread. There was only like 10 of us. There was so much food. I ate a full-on bowl, just like if I went to Chipotle. And then there was like leftover food that I was like, can I make myself like a full bowl to go for tonight for dinner? They're like, yes, please, because I don't know what we're gonna do with all this food. So, bro, I made a whole nother bowl, so I'm gonna eat that shit too. Oh, today's just fucking great, dude. I'm telling you, like, bro, go on runs, work out, get some type of exercise in your life. As much as I hate when people say that and it's like, shut the fuck up, no duh. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you. Go do some type of fitness or something. Fitness dick in your mouth. All right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a break. We'll be back after these messages. All right, so this is the frame. Okay. All right, guys, we're back. I gotta do something real quick. I gotta pull the Cuck chair out. If you guys don't know what the Cuck chair is, I'll tell you. So you guys know when you guys go to hotel rooms and there's normally like the bed, maybe there's two beds or whatever. There's always like one random chair just like in the corner somewhere. And like, I understand like people probably think like, oh, that's the chair like to just sit and relax, or you need some type of chair in here so you can like sit down and like put your clothes on, that way you're just constantly sitting on the bed or something. So there's the designated Cuck chair. And if you guys don't know what a Cuck chair is, a Cuck chair is the chair that, if you guys don't know what a Cuck is, oh my God, I gotta explain all this. So a Cuck is a guy or girl that enjoys watching his husband or wife or boyfriend or girlfriend or girl or a guy have sex with another guy or a girl or whatever. And all they do is sit and watch. Or maybe they like, because otherwise it'd be a threesome if they like joined. Pretty much it's just like they just sit back and jerk off while, you know, their girlfriend or boyfriend has sex with another random person, and that turns them on. So the hotel is always set up perfectly for that. So I'm pulling out the Cuck chair right now so I can sit down. And actually this Cuck chair, normally Cuck chairs are like basic little couch chairs or chairs, whatever. But in this hotel room, they got a luxury Cuck chair. So we got this bad boy. It's actually pretty fucking heavy. So it's a recliner, but yeah, so we're in a Cuck chair, and this one's even doper. Bro, imagine, okay, I'm not saying I'm into this, but imagine being in, like, this was your thing where you're just like, fuck yeah. This is the most comfortable Cuck chair I've probably ever been in. It's like, as far as like research purposes, obviously. So, like this one, look at this. Bro, it's a recliner, bro. Does it lean back? Oh, it leans back. Of course it leans back. What are you talking about? So yeah, so we got a Cuck chair. So what was I saying? Take these fucking things off. Hopefully this is good. So we're back, guys. Like I said, during my work meeting today, I had some time, so I wrote some notes for things I want to talk about today. First and foremost, earlier I could. So now, as I take a break and I, have time to decompress and whatever, and I'll say this: while I was taking a break, I changed. Obviously, had to put the glasses on, and I'll say this: I'm embarrassed by wearing these glasses. Just the fact that I have astigmatism, or I don't know if you guys know this, but there's a difference between astigmatism and then stigmatism. So astigmatism is one word. It's not like I have astigmatism. You're pretty much saying an astigmatism is that's the one word. Astigmatism, that's one word. Then there's stigmatism. If I'm not mistaken, I think like one means, I don't know which one, but one means like you can see. I don't remember, honestly. All I know is I have the one stigmatism where my left eye is way worse than my right eye. So normally people, when they buy contacts or they get glasses, you would have, your prescription would be the same in both eyes. So your glasses, both lenses would look the exact same. When you get contacts, you could buy like one set of contacts because it doesn't matter which contact you put in which eye. It doesn't matter. They're both good for either. I have a special condition. Not special. A lot of people, I want to say, have this. Shout out if you have astigmatism or stigmatism. But I have a thing where my left eye is way worse than my right eye. So when I wear glasses, specifically these ones, anyone's technically, my left lens is way thicker than my right. And I'm saying, like, I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, I have that too. No. I know people that have this, and it's very minimum. Maybe a lot do, but I would say it's very minimal. But majority people have the regular same prescription. So I have to. So for my glasses, my left lens is way thicker than my right, and I will kind of show you. Let's just say, if you guys can't see, I don't want to get up and show you because I'm really embarrassed by it. But let's just say this: if you were to look at my glasses, my left lens. You have like the frame of the glasses that the glass goes into, that they pop it into. That glass sticks out above my lens. Like you can clearly see it. And then if you're like behind me or something, you can see how much this left one is like zoomed in on stuff and this one really isn't. And also, even if you're just talking to me, I see it probably not now because we're so far away. But like my left, like looking from you looking at me, my left eye compared to my right eye, like my left eye looks tiny and my right eye looks not bigger, but it looks just like normal size, and my left eye looks tiny because this lens is so thick on the left side that it makes that eye look smaller. And my right eye is still pretty bad. Like a normal person would be like, dude, if I had just my right prescription, like whatever is in my eye and my right eye, the left eye I'd be pretty much still blind because the right eye is still pretty bad. But luckily enough, with technology and doctors and paying extra money, I can kind of have them shave it down so it's not so thick. But I've paid so much money. Guys, you have no idea. My eyes are so bad. I have to get special contacts. I don't know if you guys ever know, but when you go to the eye doctor, if you ever get contacts, normally, and especially if you're empty, like you're all out of contacts, you need to reorder some, and they're like, all right, well, but we need to, do another eye test. They will, after you're done, they're like, okay, you have contacts, and you're like, no, I don't. That's why I'm here. And they're like, okay, well, we can give you a pair, like a trial pair, until your actual box comes in, which is perfect because then you actually have something. You get it right then and there. Normally, if you have normal eyes, not that bad. Not even, and I would even say like even bad, they still kind of have some for them. They'll have like trial pairs stocked up already in the office. So when you get out of there, you already have a fresh pair for a couple days until you get your full box. For me, my eyes are so bad that they'll be like, well, we have a trial pair for your right eye, but your left eye is so bad we don't. So we're gonna have to just give you like one that's very close to it. Which honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like I don't know, and I should because my eyes are so bad, and I don't go to the eye doctor a lot, but my eyes are so bad that I should know what my prescription number is, but I couldn't even guess it. I don't even know if it's like a plus or a negative or a 2 or a 1 or a 3 or 4. I don't know what the fuck. It's really bad though. So my left eye is so bad that when I go after the eye doctor, they're like, we don't have the left eye, but we have something close to it. And honestly, when I put them both in, unless I really try to focus on something and pay attention, I can see why the left eye contact, like I need a higher one. I can see the difference. So, but they still give me them. But I'm just saying, like, my eyes are so bad that they're like, bro, like, your eyes are so bad. We didn't imagine there'd be people coming in with this prescription so high, so we didn't order those. We just ordered, like, majority of people are like at least this high. Any fucking weirdos are after that. So they normally don't. So that's how bad my eyes are. So what was I saying? How did I get there? Oh yeah, and I'll say this too. And honestly, lately I've been wearing them, and I've been like talking with people, and they don't really say anything. They don't even notice that, like, how thick my lenses are, unless I really point it out, or until they really like look at me. But for the most part, people just treat me normal. Like, I put my glasses, like, let me tell you this. I'm so like embarrassed, or so like, please don't say anything to me about my eyesight, that like I assume that I've worn contacts for so long, like, and I've been so good with not wearing my glasses in public, so people just assume like, oh, he has good eyes. He never wears glasses. I never seen him with glasses. He's never told me he wears contacts. So until I say something like, oh yeah, I gotta take my contacts out, my eyes are burning, they'll be like, you wear contacts? I'll be like, boy, do I. And so that's kind of like one thing. And so so then, you know, I say, yes, I do have glasses, but I don't really wear them much. I only wear them like at night when I switch out my contacts. Really, though, I'm so embarrassed by these glasses that I never wear them out in public. This is probably the first time ever that I've worn them on the podcast. And I'll say this, and not because Emil's a piece of shit, but he probably would roast me really hard. And I already feel a certain type of way about my glasses that I don't know if I can handle it. I'll handle anything else. But when you talk about my eyes, it's very hard. It's hard for someone to trash you or like make fun of you or joke, whatever, about something that it's like, I can't change this. Like, unless I get eye surgery, which I'm really scared to do, and honestly my eyes are so bad that like I need like a special surgery that's going to be like a little bit more, all this stuff. So like, I can't change that. This is how my eyes were. This is the eyes I got, and now I just have technology and things that I can fix them to try to make them better without being like, you're fucked. You're just going to walk around looking at fuck. And I'll say this, I'm not blind. Like, okay, technically I'm legally blind. Without, you know, that should be a good movie, Legally Blonde, Legally Blind. Technically, I'm legally blind because without glasses, without contacts, any corrective lenses, I am blind. But when I say I'm blind, like without my glasses, let's just say this. Right now, I know that I can see the phone, I can see the restroom, I can see the light, I can see this beer, I can see these words like about, I'll say this, like right here, if you were to tell me like read the first line, I'd say about right here. Right here, I can read this. So this is as close as I'd have to get. So everything else is just kind of, I don't know how to explain it. Like any type of light or shine is just like not a star, but it just looks like a puff cloud of like some type of light that it, you know. And then like right now I can look at my laptop, my screen's open. I know that I'm editing. I know that me and Emil are on there, but I couldn't like. If you were just like, if I was sitting here and I sat down and I looked over, I'd be like, what the fuck are you watching? Like, what even is that? What are you editing? Like, I couldn't tell you if it's a podcast. I couldn't tell you if it's a TV show. No. So yeah, that's how bad my eyes are. Anyways, let me put it back on before I get a fucking headache. But, so yeah, I changed. So hopefully I'm at the distance where you can't really tell how bad my eyes are, but if you do, oh fucking well. And like I said, I haven't worn them around Emil. Just because I'm not comfortable yet, you know? Like, I don't know. I assume I just don't want people to be like, that guy's fucking blind. So anyways, so yeah, I'm in the Cuck chair now. Like I said, I wrote some notes down, so I wanted to go over some things. First and foremost, one thing I did bring up earlier that I don't think I got to finish, but I love staying at hotels for the reason that I don't, like, obviously by myself it's cool because it's just like, here's a whole nother room that you get. You know, and, you know, you're all by yourself, and there's really, like, when you're in a hotel room, there's nothing really to do in the room, like, opposed to, like, if I'm at home and I'm trying to watch a movie or something, like, you get this guilt, or you get this feeling of, like, oh, I should probably clean up this area that I've always wanted to, or I should probably, you know, work on this that I've always wanted to, like, you get that feeling because you're at home, you know, you have all those things, and you're constantly going to be there, so every issue you have, or whatever, or anything you need to work on is always going to be within that home. So when you come to a hotel, It's just like a free, like you just get to like, I'm not saying I trash the fucking place, but like I get the sense of like, yeah, I can, not make the bed. I can leave some dirty clothes on the floor because I'm only here for a couple fucking days. In 2 days, everything's going to be out of this room as far as like my stuff. It'll be nicely packed and nicely the way I need it to, and then this room will be fine. But like while I'm in this room, and that's why it's dope. Like yesterday, like I said, I was very exhausted, so I didn't do it. But the fact that I could just be like, well, fuck it, I'll just go lay in bed and watch Sopranos. I can. I don't have the guilt of I should get up and do this. Same thing right now. Like, I don't have the guilt of I should do something else because I'm like, there's nothing else I'm really gonna do. I just finished editing some stuff for a podcast, and now I'm recording a podcast. So this is dope. And I love hotels, man. They're always fun. I love hotels so much that sometimes when I'm in town, like, or not in town, but I'm home, I'm like, let's just go like for the weekend or like for a night. Let's just get a hotel room. Let's find like a nice hotel room on like an August 7th, and let's just go stay there for the night, just to have the freedom of not stressing about anything. So, hotels are dope. What else? Okay, what else did I want to get to? Okay, going back to hotels. So if you guys don't know, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, my personal specifically, I posted that the fire alarm went off. Our first night in here. So this is weird. So we got into the room, we checked in, put our stuff down, we're comfortable, we're chilling, hanging out, whatever. And then my boss texted me, and she was like, and obviously we have our own room, so she was downstairs in her room, and she was like, hey, I'm about to go get food. Like, do you want to go? Because we came in her car. Her car's the only transportation we have. So I was like, yeah. So we leave, we get in her car, and I'll say I'm on a military base. So I needed an ID, so I had to get like a pass. So it's a piece of paper that I had to carry around with me. So as soon as we get in the car, we're driving off, and like luckily we just got like outside the parking lot, and she's like, you got your wallet? I was like, yeah. She's like, you got your things you need? I was like, yeah. She's like, you got your ID, like your pass? And I was like, oh fuck. So she turns back around, gets into the parking lot, and as we're coming into the parking lot, we notice like because the hotel just faces like the whole front of the building is like this. So on one side, like I'm guessing where like the emergency exits were, is you just see people walking out. And once again, we're on a military base. So all I see, and this is me PTSD going back to my military when I was in, I remember having to do this if we stayed at a hotel or whatever. They would like to, yes, you do training or whatever, but then you go back to the room, and then at some point they'd be like, okay, but we're going to have like a formation at like 6 or 7, for the rest of the day. That way, after that, you can do whatever. You can go back to your room, you can go out, whatever. But like, we're going to have one more formation where we know everyone's here, they're accounted for. We tell them the breakdown for the next day. We make sure everyone's here, whatever. So we pulled back in, not really noticing, there wasn't like a sirens, and there wasn't like really anything going on, but we saw people walking out, and I see one guy in like military, like an army uniform, and I see a bunch of other people, like I would say younger, like just, it wasn't like, just like, normally you go to like a normal hotel in like anywhere but a military base, and it's usually just a mix of young people, old people, whatever. Mainly here is like, like soldiers that are in the military between the ages of like anywhere from 18 to fucking, they're old people here, but at least like military wise, there's like anywhere from 18 to like 35, 40. So I just see a bunch of people coming out, and I'm like, oh, they're probably having like a formation, whatever. So I get off the car, and I start hearing the sirens, and I see the lights, and I'm like, oh shit, there's a fire alarm. Like the fire alarm is going off. But then I notice, like I look inside, I can see the lobby from the parking lot, and I see like there's still people just kind of like hanging out in there, like sitting out, like regular, like the customers, whatever. And I'm like, well, no one's really tripping. More than likely, it's either a false alarm, or someone tried cooking popcorn and burnt it. Honestly, I thought maybe someone was vaping in the room and like it set the alarm off. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I need to get my ID because we were going to go off base to go get some stuff. So, otherwise we're just going to have to, and honestly, like it's going to take like a whole hour, maybe even 2, because when the fire department, and I don't know if you guys know this, but when the fire department and like cops come to make sure that there's not a fire in a hotel room, they have to go through every room. I don't know if they go through like every single room, like open the door, or if they just go to the problem area, like hopefully someone comes down, they're like, oh, it went off because I'm cooking grilled cheese and the fucking smoke caught it on, whatever. So they have to check every single room, they check every single floor, whatever. So it's going to take a while. So I was like, fuck it, I don't got this time. I just want to go off, grab what I want, and come right back, and I just want to go to bed because I know it's going to be a long day the next day. So I walk in, go. Actually, I gotta go pee, so I'm gonna get off this cuck chair. I can keep talking though, because I got this fucking dope mic right here. Also, I should probably. Oh, I'll say this too. I checked the footage and audio. Everything looked great, so I love this angle. It's dope. So I'm just gonna go pee and keep talking. But hold on. Ugh. You ever pee and get the shivers? Like it feels so good that you just get the. Anyways, so what was I saying? Oh, so I just walked into the lobby. Once I walked in, everyone did start like kind of dispersing. Like, oh, we should probably go outside. Even though they were like, it's probably just a fake fire, or not fake fire, but like fake alarm, false alarm, and we'll be fine if we stay in the room. But honestly, it was kind of annoying too, because like as soon as you walk in, there's lights flashing. There's like an alarm. It's like boop, boop, and it's pretty loud. And then there's like every, it'll be like boop, boop, and then it'll be like, please exit, and it'll be boop, boop, and then it'll say, please avoid all elevators, use stairs, whatever. And I was like, fuck it. So I'm on the first floor. I'm passing the lobby. I'm walking in. I'm heading towards the elevator, and you kind of got to walk down the hallway, and there's like a little area you walk into, and the elevator's right there. And but I was gonna use the stairs because I'm like, okay, even if it's a false alarm, like I should probably still follow the rules. I'm assuming I'd assume if the alarm goes off, whether it's fake or not, and and over the intercom they're saying don't use the elevator, I would assume there's like a system that should lock the elevator, right? Like if as soon as the alarm gets pulled, the elevator should like not be able to be accessible. It should shut down, or you shouldn't be able to open it, whatever. I understand if there's someone in it when it happens, yes, let it go down, let him out. But as soon as it closes again, no one else can go in or out. So I'm about to walk past the elevator, and I look over, and I literally just see a guy, like, no big deal, has headphones on, regular clothes. He's like pressing a button, doors open, and I'm like, oh, we can use it? And he was like, I guess it works. And I was like, fuck it, dude. Got in the elevator, went up to my room, ran in, grabbed my ID, and then I was out, and I was totally fine. But what was I getting at? Oh yeah, but like, what I was kind of worried because that was Monday. That guy had been there since like Saturday or Sunday, and I was like, is this like a thing, or is it just like random? He was like, nah. He's like, it did happen yesterday, and I'm like, fuck. Like, hopefully it's not like a faulty alarm where they're having issues where at this time every night it goes off. Luckily, I'm gonna knock on wood, but it hasn't gone off since that first day that first night that we were here. So. It's been chill. I'll say this too. I'm going to say this about hotel elevators. I'm going to say this about elevators in general. I think elevators are very awkward, especially in my case, being that I'm by myself here. Like I said, my boss, she's on the first floor. I have to take the elevator up to my floor. So today, for instance, like as soon as I'm about to turn to the area where the elevator's at, there's a guy already there waiting. So I'm like, fuck, okay, I got to get in there with him. You get in the elevator. If the guy or the girl, whoever's in there, is respectable and they go in first and they go to press their number, they should ask you, hey, like which floor are you? And I tell him. The guy was cool anyways. So he pressed 4 and then I told him 2, he pressed 2. Soon as the doors close, I just realized how awkward it gets. Because one, like, we're just both in there. We're just two strangers. We'd never met each other, know anything about each other. I'm not down to make small talk for, like, 10 seconds because it's only going to take, a couple seconds to get up to the second floor whenever it closes. Or, yeah. But, like, you're in there, and in those 10 seconds feel like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because you're in there, which is a stranger. He also, I'm sure, feels the same way. You can just feel the tension because it's like, do I say anything? Do I bring up anything? Do you say anything? And it's just like, I don't want to get on my phone. I'm not going to pull my phone out for 10 seconds. So I'm just kind of there standing, and I'm looking forward. I'm looking at the door. He just pressed the button. The door's closed. We're both facing the door next to each other. I kind of lean back against the wall, and, I can see in my peripheral vision, he's just like, he's like looking up at the ceiling, and I catch myself also looking up with like my hands like this, like just like looking up, and then I'm like, okay, and I just look back down, and I'm like, this is so fucking awkward, like, and it's such a small amount of time that the awkwardness is happening, but the fact that it happens it drove me crazy. But That's something I wanted to talk about. What else? Another thing I hate, and lately it's been happening, and I don't know if it's just me. I don't know if I'm not important to these people. And I'm not saying I'm important, but I'm saying, like, I don't know if it's like, yeah, whatever you say. But it pisses me off when I'm talking to someone and either one or the other. If one, I'm talking to someone and then, they're like, yeah, they're like listening, they're looking at me, they're listening, they're not doing anything else. And then all of a sudden, maybe they just grab their phone and, they start getting on their phone. They're like, yeah. And then at some point, I'm like, bro, isn't that crazy that this and this? And then they're just like, and they're on their phone. They'll be like, oh, I'm listening, but like, I just got to do this real quick. I'm like, yo, I'm fucking talking to you. I'm here in person. And you're taking you're like ignoring me to reply to someone that you can just text later. They're obviously not important because they're not here. They're not calling you. They just send you a quick text about some bullshit, and you're not responding to a quick text because clearly I'm trying to talk to you, and I see you just like. And another thing, it's one thing. It kind of pisses me off, but it's not as much. It's one thing if I'm talking to you and you're just like looking at your phone, clearly not paying attention. And you're just like, oh yeah, dude, like for sure. Like you're like half with me and half with this conversation, or maybe like 70% the conversation on your phone and 30% with me. But like you're just like, yeah. That's one thing. And it still kind of upsets me, but it's like, all right, well at least it's acknowledging like, yes, I'm sorry I'm on my phone, but I have to respond to this. But I'm also listening to you. Like they kind of do that. It's another thing when someone's on their phone and you guys are talking and they're responding, you're responding, and they'll look up and talk to you. And then at some point they just like lose interest in your conversation, or the phone, one on their phone is more interesting. So then as I'm like talking, I notice they're like, they go from, oh yeah, for sure, like, no, I'm listening, to just like, or like, and texting on their phone. And I'm just spilling my life or my story or all this bullshit, or I'm depressed, or I'm just trying to talk to them. And then at some point they're just like, yeah, dude, that's crazy. I'm like, bro, you clearly didn't hear anything I fucking said. You don't care about anything I said. Why am I even talking to you? At this point, like, honestly, I'm at the point where, like, when that happens, I'm just like, okay, got it. I'm not important to you, or I don't have your respect or enough to wait a couple seconds, hear me out, let me, because I'm the type, I will not do that to anyone. I am, but like, I won't do the thing where I'm like, yeah, what's up? Like, I won't do that. I will be like, oh, they're talking to me. Like, oh, I'm sorry, I was on my phone. What? Can you start over again? I acknowledge, like, yes, I'm being a piece of shit. I'm going to put my phone down and I'm all yours right now. I do that. I at least do that. So, like, it just pisses me off, bro. It's like, bro, like, do you not realize, like, guy or girl, like, you make the other person feel like shit. Like, I thought you were my friend, or I thought you were someone that I could talk to. Like, whenever you talk, I'm all ears. I'm like, yeah, dude, like, you should do this, and that's crazy. You shouldn't do that, or that's drama. Like, stay away. Like, all that. I do that. But then when I do the same, when I'm like, oh yeah, like, oh dude, let me tell you about myself now. They're just like, oh yeah, like, okay, cool. They're like, I just wanted to tell you about. They're pretty much. This is what they give me. They give me I just wanted to tell you about my problems. I don't want to hear about yours. But you can tell me, but at the same time, I'm just going to scroll through Instagram or text someone else back or whatever. It really pisses me off because it's like, bro, like, it's so disrespectful. And on top of that, it's like, I don't know, man. It's like, it kind of just makes me feel like, oh, so I'm not a person to you. Like, I'm only here for you, but you're not here for me, And so it kind of pisses me off, but I understand people are the way they are, and it is what it is. But that's a new pet peeve of mine, but at the same time, like, I'm kind of a cuck in a way to where I just let it happen, and it's even gotten to the point where people will be like, oh, dude, my bad, I'm sorry, like, I just have to respond to this, and I'll be like, nah, dude, it's totally cool. I'm like, honestly, whatever I was saying, it was like, it's nothing, like, anyways, like, what's going on with you? Like, I just kind of turn it on them as far as where I'm like, yeah, I'm not that important. Like, you are way more important. So what's going on with you? And then it just happens, and I just kind of take it. But I don't know, man. At the same time, I'm just like, I'm not willing to. Now, and I just kind of take it to where I'm like, well, now I know. You don't really listen to me. There's no point in having a deep conversation with you, or having to, or you're not a person I can come to when I have issues, because you're just going to do this to me, or Maybe you're not on your phone, but I already know you're a person that doesn't find me interesting or doesn't care about anything about me. So even if you're looking at me while I'm talking, I know in your head you're not paying attention really. And or even maybe you are, but to me I'm like, you've done this before, so now I'm just like, you just don't have interest in me. And so it is what it is. But yeah, so those are my pet peeves recently that I think as I'm growing and stuff. And it's just a thing. But I'm gonna end this soon. I think this was a great episode. I love that I finally did this. Like I said, I was skimming through the first part of this episode with the mics and looking at the camera angle and everything. It could be better with the camera angle, but the audio is fucking dope. Shout out Newer. Guys, if you guys want, I will put the link in the description. I'll put a picture up right now. I got them on Best Buy. I was very like, I just got paid right now. And it was like I got paid on Thursday. We had a run on Saturday. So my plan was I was gonna buy the mics Saturday. We're gonna do a run. I'm finally gonna record a podcast vlog type bullshit with a run outdoors, some new stuff, and put it up for the podcast. But yeah. So like I was saying, like the audio is great. Video's good, and I'm very excited for this. So I love this, especially right now, man. Like I told you, I'm at a hotel. I don't have the obligation or the feeling of like I should probably clean this shit up. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, you saw I was cleaning up a little bit, just because I don't know. I mean, I don't like to, like I said, I don't like to trash the place. I don't like to make a mess. But like, and also like certain things that I see bother me to the point where I'm like, you know, like I can't really get comfortable. Like I couldn't record right now or edit while knowing there's like clothes everywhere or, you know, shoes and trash and stuff. So I kind of I tied it up a little bit. I know some people will be like, yo, it's still fucking trashy, but fuck you. All right. This is clean enough for me right now in this hotel room. And once again, it's a hotel room. Had it been my room at home or at my home in the living room or something, yes, I would tidy that bitch up because that's my space. That's my area. I want to be able to sit down, record, and just know like, you know, oh, instead of recording right now, I should be cleaning. I don't have that feeling at home because I'm like, nope, I'm recording right now because I've cleaned. Everything's good. There's no issues. There's nothing else to do. I can watch TV, but I should record something. So I do that, or I should edit something, and I can do that without the guilt. Yeah, so I love this, and I hope you guys do too. Oh, one more thing I wanted to talk about. Not even talk about, but just a little fun fact. And I don't know. I just saw it on TikTok. No one really explained it. But, so if you guys don't know, some people will, whether skinny or fat, doesn't really matter, but some people will get this thing on the, and I probably got to get out of the cuck chair for this one. I'm probably going to have to move it too because I have to show you what I'm about to do. But if you guys don't know, like, or if you do know, usually I think people that work, you know, in offices, on a desk, on computers, you know, for 5 plus 8 hours a day, weekly, you know, every, you know, for whatever, as their career, their job, whatever, they will, you know, there's only, you know, your posture gets so bad in time. You know, when you're at a desk for, you know, 4 hours, even if it's just 4 hours at your desk in your comfortable chair, you know, with your, you know, your computer and everything, you may type for like the first hour or two straight up, everything's good. Eventually, man, you start getting exhausted. You start stressing out about the work you're doing or about whatever. So you start like, you know, you start slumping over and you start trying to find different ways to get comfortable in your office chair, and you lean back and you type, or maybe you lean forward, you type. I've gotten to the point where I kind of sometimes I slouch and I'm just like this on the computer and I'm like scrolling through things, and I have like bad posture. I know my back's arched. And I know a thing that can happen is you get this, like, if you guys, like, behind your neck right here, if you feel right, like, wherever your back of your hairline is, just go lower. You'll feel, like, the back of your neck. You'll kind of feel your traps. Right below that, there's, like, that bone right here. For people that are fine, you'll feel the bone, but, like, other than that, that's all you feel. People that slouch or they lean a certain way for, you know, long period of time, they'll form like a bump, and it's kind of like gross because it gets to the point where like you could be like a good body looking shape, but when you talk to people, you're like, say this is like my head, like I don't know if you guys are watching audio, I'm sorry, but if you guys are watching, This is like the back of my head. It goes straight down, and then it gets to my neck, and then like right at the bottom of the base of my neck is that hump. Even if I'm standing straight up, that hump will still kind of show. I don't know if I'm getting it. I'm not gonna lie. Since I started the office job back in like January, February, that's always been a thing on my mind. Especially my dad will make fun of me. He made fun of me because obviously before I was in the office, I was outdoors doing landscaping, fucking in all the weather, the summer, the hottest of the hot, fucking 120, 121 degrees, and then in the coldest of the cold. I was all that. Not the coldest of the cold, but I was in a good, cold weather. And I'm not saying my dad like respected me more, but he was like, I get it. Like, you're fucking working hard. You're working long hours. He respected me for that. And then I went to the office job, and it was a promotion. It was something I've always wanted. He was excited for me. He congratulated me. He loved me for it. But, he's still my dad. He's still going to fucking, and, we're still going to trash on each other. And so I remember the first day he FaceTimed me, and he was like, how was, your first day in the office? And I was like, oh, it was awesome. And I was like, yeah, I just got off work. I just got home. I was like, I'm going to take a shower. He's like, you're going to take a shower? He's like, are you dirty? He's like, do you have ink on your fingers? He's like, he was just making fun of me, like, for, like, why would you shower? You've been inside all day. You're in an office job. You should be clean. You're not outside sweaty no more. You're not in the elements. You're not in dirt and stuff. Like, why the fuck are you showering? And he would just make fun of me, and it is what it is. And then one time, maybe like a week later, we went over to their house, and my dad was, he hugged me again, gave me congratulations, and then he's like, damn, he's like, you already got the neck bump? And I was like, the neck bump? And and he was like, yeah, like, you get that if you're at an office or like at a desk job constantly, like the way you slouch, all this stuff. I was like, oh fuck, I never thought about that. Like, I could possibly get that. So that's always been a thing on my mind since I got the office position. So every now and then I'll just be like, I catch myself, I'll be working, I'll be like, oh fuck, I should probably sit up, or I should probably lean back in the chair so I have a better posture. And then I'll reach back and I'll be like, all right, cool, I don't really feel the bump. So that was kind of stressing me out. But the other day on TikTok, I saw this video, and I don't know if it works or if it's real or not, but it was just like a funny video where they were like, when, you're 30 years old and you have to refer back to when you were a baby, and you have to do, what's it called? Tummy time. You know how babies, you want to, when babies are born, or like when they're babies, you want to put them on tummy time because you want to make their neck strong. You also don't want to leave them on their back all the time because they can get a flat head. Like, you want to, move them around and stuff. And the best thing is like tummy time. It strengthens their neck. They start getting used to moving their head around. So I learned on TikTok that a way to avoid or to like fix that bump in your neck is to do tummy time. So I'm going to move the Cuck chair real quick, and let me make sure it's recording. We're good. Bro, this is so dope. I'm always worried that when I do like solo episodes that it's going to be like too short, or I'm going to be like, oh, what should I talk about next? But dude, I'm feeling good. This is a great week. Life's been good lately. Maybe because I've been going to church. I don't know if you guys saw last episode that I'm editing right now. That's going to be out tomorrow morning. Right now, it is currently Wednesday, September 10th at 9:13 p.m. On Thursday, September 11th, shout out 9/11. I mean, not shout out, but like, you know what I mean. Episode 174 will be out that I'm editing right now. This is 175 right now. You guys are watching 175. Last episode 174, hopefully you guys have seen it. Me and Emil, we started going to church. I started going to church, and then I told Emil, and he was like, bro, I've actually been wanting to go. Like, what church do you go to? And I was like, I mean, I go to this church. I'm not saying like go with me. I'm not saying like you should go to church too, but like, he was like, I've been thinking like I should go. And so I was like, all right, bro. So we went to church Sunday, and then as soon as we were done, we recorded that episode. We talked about it a bit. So maybe that's why I'm in a great mood this week. And also it could be a number of things, because I've been doing positive things. I've been working out. I've been lifting weights. I've been, casually. I've been running. I don't know if you guys know, I'm a runner. I don't know if I told you guys that, but I'm a runner. So I run. That's good for me physically and mentally probably. And then, yeah, I've been hitting up church services on Sundays. And that's really nice too, just a different outlet. So I don't know, I'm feeling good. But this has been really fun, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed just as much as I have. I hope this is really good stuff, and I love you all. But before we go, I'm going to show you the position that I need to get in to get rid of the neck bump. So I'm going to move the Cuck chair. Ugh, it's actually fucking heavy, too. God damn. Okay, so what you're supposed to do, let me make sure you can see the ground. Alright, so I think I can do this. So what you want to do is you want to lay down on your stomach. Remember, it's tummy time, so you want to lay on your tummy, and you just want to lay flat down, and then you want to put your arms right here down on your side. Everything wants to face down towards your feet, right? So what you want to do, ew, this carpet stinks, by the way. Hotel carpets, gross. I'll say this, guys. Wear slides or at least wear socks. Never walk barefoot in a hotel. You can get funguses, you can get gross stuff. I've seen it happen. Gangrene. So you want to lay like this, and you want to just tilt your neck up. You want to look around, you know, even, or maybe just keep it up for a couple seconds. If it starts getting a little tired, you know, you can put it down. Maybe next time I'll put a blanket down so I'm not on this dirty floor. I'll put a pillow down, but you want to lay down for a little bit, and then you want to, you know, stick it up. And apparently that's supposed to push this bone or whatever that bump is back down. And the more you do this, I don't know how long you're supposed to do it for. But like if you do it, you know, regularly or at least once a week or whatever, you do it at some point. The more you do it, it's going to help make that neck bump go down. So if you guys have that, that's what I've seen on TikTok. Kind of makes sense because when you do it, you like, because your body's flat and your neck is trying to look up, it forces that bump down. So I can see where after a while it's like you push it back down. But yeah, guys, so hopefully that worked. I'm obviously going to keep doing it, not right now, but at some point I'll do it. Let me just go to my notes real quick, make sure there wasn't anything else before I go. Why I love hotel stays, neck bump, fire alarm, pet peeves. Oh, Charlie Kirk. So breaking news, earlier today we were doing the thing, and so I don't know if you guys know Charlie Kirk. He's like that, I don't know if he's like I don't know politics. So I don't know if he's a liberal or whatever the other one is. He's a person that's like, whatever you call someone, he's for Trump. He feels, you know, we should have the Second Amendment, right to bear arms, free speech, all that shit. So he does these things where he goes to like colleges and he debates college kids, because college kids, you know, have this thing where they're like, I go to college, you don't, so I'm smart. So this is why girls should play basketball. This is why, you know, girls should have rights. This is why the gays are people just as well as the straights. Like, they just argue bullshit. It's not bullshit, but they argue. Apparently he got shot, but I don't know. Nah. Well, I did write a mill. I put Charlie Kirk, and then in parentheses I put a mill because I think this is like a topic I should probably talk with a mill about. So next episode I'll put that on there. But yeah, guys, I love you. I love you so much. Emil, I love you. I love everyone that listens to this, watch this. And if you guys are listening to this or watching this, you know who I'm talking to. I love you. I love you, baby. I love you, love. I love love. I'll say that. I love love. I'm gonna get that tattooed. I love love. I love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning into another episode of the Slobs on the Pod. Minus the slob, the other slob, Mill, my chode host, aka Tetas. I love him, but I was like, bro, I think we should take advantage of this time. But I'm sorry, I'm doing this because I gotta pee, but I'm about to end this soon, so I don't want to go pee while I end this. But anyways, I love you guys. Thank you for tuning into another episode. Hold on. All right, love you guys. Play the song.